Hello everyone, welcome back to Chatty Sparkly Runners on a beautiful sunny day in South Shropshire. And it's
we can play guess where we are.
Yeah, I'm not going to
today.
tell you where we are.
Weaver, this is a challenge for you.
We'll give you a few hints a bit later. So this is a second episode about running technique, isn't it? Yeah. We thought we would show you how to practice those 4 technique pointers that Colin gave you last week in your sparkles.
Who's going to show them?
Not me.
I'm a bit nervous about doing this, but never mind. That's okay. That's good.
You'll be better at it. Okay. Yeah, so we thought it would be a good idea just to remind people what the sparkles are, because we've got quite a lot of new people.
Yeah, because it is Chatty Sparkly Runners after all.
And we mention the chatty a lot, but we don't mention the sparkles.
And the sparkly bit is some people get a bit, they don't know what it is. So we'll just go through that.
Yeah. So the sparkles are the 10-second bursts of faster running, aren't they, Colin?
Yeah, which is what I'm going to try and do today.
And it's only 10 seconds.
It's only 10 seconds.
That's a special reason for that.
Yeah, because you have 10 seconds of energy stored in your muscle cells that you don't need any oxygen to, and it doesn't give you any byproducts, so you can just use it, and you won't need to even breathe. So you won't get out of breath. You won't go breathy or anything. It's just there.
It's fun.
It takes about 2 minutes to put it back in, and it puts a smile on everybody's face. But you do need to warm up properly.
Yeah.
Before
and of course, Colin, you've warmed up. Really
I've got a nice perspiring gradually.
So, and in your sparkles, it's a really good place to practice your running form, like we said last week.
Yeah. So we're going to combine the 2 things together. They won't see me get out of breath because I'm just doing 10 seconds. Yeah. So
we'll have a little bit of a rest and a chat. So number 1.
And shall I do it badly first and then do it nicely second?
Well, go on then if you want.
Okay, I'll do the first one, just for a bit of fun. How not to run, you shouldn't really do that.
How not to run a sparkle. I think it's not very good for you though, is it?
No, I am going to do it though.
Go on then. Okay, the first sparkle.
How not to do it.
Here's Colin about to demonstrate his first sparkle. This is how not to do it. Low hips and low arms, Colin. Okay, off you go. Oh, that looks painful. Okay, so now Colin's going to sparkle properly for the first time. And what are you practicing, Colin?
High hips.
High hips, a helium balloon lifting you up. Okay, so look at the difference to last time when Colin did it not so well. Okay, off you go. High hips. Okay, so Colin, how did that feel, that first one?
Well, compared to the I felt like a runner. What happens is with me, it feels like I give my legs room to move in. So instead of being cramped up, and you feel lighter on your feet.
You do.
Your posture's better. Even your chest gets done. When we ask people to observe what people notice, they notice a lot about their upper body as well as their legs when they do this. So.
Everybody runs tall, and it feels good, doesn't it?
It's proper running. Okay, number 2 then is...
Number 2, proper sparkle, is practicing...
shoulders low and relaxed.
Shoulders low and relaxed.
And I'll do the winning the Boston Marathon first. Okay.
So Colin, off you go with the victory pose to start with. Yeah. Remember that from last week?
Can I keep doing this for a bit?
And then shoulders low and relaxed as you run. Off he goes. Technique point number 3, which is arms, pushing back. Are you ready? He will appear in a minute. I don't actually notice any difference between the technique points you're practicing there.
No, because I'm doing all 3 at the same time. So
but you're focusing on one.
But I'm focusing on one. Yeah. So when you're with your groups or when you're on your own, you can't concentrate on probably more than one thing at a time. So the really good thing is just focus on that day. Just focus on one of these 4 things.
Yeah.
And see this next one about where your foot lands is a really tricky one. But we'll have a go. We'll see if we can put a still image in.
Okay. How are you going to concentrate on? Because we did say it's probably best
I'm not going to.
You can't really concentrate on planting your feet in the right place, can you?
No.
No.
And you shouldn't practice how to do it wrong.
What about if you run with picking your feet up quickly? Will that help?
I'll do that afterwards because I want to add 2 extras.
Right.
Okay, so this one is...
So this one we're just going to look to see where your foot is planting. And you're just going to run tall like you have been doing.
And hope that my foot...
And hope, like we said last week...
Because it doesn't feel like I'm breaking. It feels like I'm confident that my foot is landing under my hip. Okay. Because I feel like I'm rolling along and it feels lovely. I know I'm going slightly down here.
So we've had a nice rest in between these last...
Yeah, well, I'm not out of breath. You haven't seen me out of breath at all.
But you need that rest to make sure the stored energy is put back into your muscles.
Absolutely, that the sparkle. So you can... Can I go a bit faster this time?
Yeah, you can do each one slightly faster. So we're going to look to see if we can where the Collins feet land underneath your hips. And all he's going to do is just concentrate on running tall. He's going to try and go a little bit faster because as you do your sparkles, you can gradually make each one faster, but they're not a sprint. They're just fast and relaxed. Oh, it's concentrating for this one. Here he comes. Let's have a look. I think I could just about see your foot planting in the right place directly under your hips. But you were quite fast.
Yeah. So I noticed that when I was going down that way, because I was going a bit quicker that time, I didn't get out of breath at all. But I noticed when I was walking back, I had to have just a couple of deep breaths to pay back, to get that energy back into my muscles. Yeah. So this time
you might notice that on your sparkles. And don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult to spot this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pretend that the road, because it's just a good fun one to do. I'm going to pretend that the road's hot, and I'm going to get my feet off the ground as quick as possible.
Okay, running on hot coals, we sometimes call it.
Or Icelandic magma.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There's a tractor.
Oh, quick before the tractor comes. You got to race the tractor. Fast feet. To me, that was noticeably different.
Yeah, I felt different. It felt, although I was concentrating on just getting my feet off the ground, that meant that I was bringing my legs up, my knees up higher.
Right.
I don't know why. It must mean, I don't know how it works, but I just felt that these muscles on the top of my thigh were beginning to work. And there's actually...
Which is what you want, isn't it? You want to strengthen up those muscles. Yeah. And you want to encourage your knees to come up higher generally.
Yeah. You do.
So, yeah.
Well, only when you're sparkling.
Only when you're sparkling. But...
And so the last one that you can practice is when your heels are behind you, to bring them up just a little bit further than normal. And what that will do is it'll make you the lever shorter, so your legs will go quicker.
So how are you going to do that?
I'm just going to protect just 2.5 centimetres. I'm just going to bring my heel up when it's behind me.
Concentrate on bringing your heels up.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I fall over,
good luck.
Over, you have to pick me up, mate.
I'm going to see if I can follow you. Go behind you. So I could really see your heels coming up there.
Yeah, and I only tried to bring them up a little bit. And what happens is your feet hit the ground before you think they're going to do, because your leg turnover goes much quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so just because you're concentrating on bringing those heels up.
Yeah, and I've done 6 of those, and we haven't.
6 sparkles.
Yeah, and we haven't hardly stopped the camera. I mean, we're not cheating or anything.
No, you
and
have
I've come back.
You have had that recovery time that you need.
Yeah, by chatting, but I've not been out of breath once, have I? No. But I've done some lovely little, and I've got all my muscles working. I've got increased flexibility. My brain's thinking, oh, we're learning how to run fast. Yeah. We're running efficiently.
So is that going to help you run efficiently as your chatty pace gets faster?
Yeah, I would think so, because you're learning how to do it, and you're just automatically you're automatically put those things into your slower speed. You can't obviously bring your heels up if you're doing a 5k, but ultimately you will get stronger, and you will get a quicker turnover of steps.
So just think about the end of that 5k at parkrun. You'll be able to, sparkle with perfect technique.
Because we've seen a few sparkles at the end of a park run. So can I do my cool down now?
You can, but you just need to say how many times a week should people sparkle?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Depends how many times a week you're running.
Yeah, if you're running 4 times, sparkle twice.
Sparkle twice. You can sparkle by stopping like we've done and having the rest in between, or you can just put a sparkle in on your run and then have a little walk and then jog on for
And
2 to 3 minutes.
What people can't see here is I've done it so it's ever so slightly downhill. And if you do it,
because you're cheating.
No, it's because it makes you sparkle more sparkly.
Yeah.
Because you just get a little bit. You don't want it steep downhill, but just the tiniest bit of downhill. If you can do it, or if it's a windy day, make sure you do it with the wind behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay.
So I'll let you go for your cool down now.
Good. Okay. See you later.
See you later. So that's it for this week. 2 weeks we've done on technique. So please, if you want to review last week, you can go to the website or to the YouTube channel. I am gradually getting around to putting up the written blogs as well on our website, chattysparklyrunners.co.uk. And keep joining the group on Facebook for lots of support and advice. And we'll see you next week. Bye.